everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here to recap Bravo's new show, To Rome for Love, Season 1, Episode 1, which was titled Ciao Bella, I think. I'm not good at Italian. This is the new show that takes 5 black women ranging in ages 25 to 51 over to Rome to hopefully find their true love. Don't know how that's going to work out. But anyway, the show's the love guru of the show, her name is Diane Valentine, and she said in an interview, you will see that you can find yourself in any of the stories that the women are going to share, but I think it shows the commonalities among black women. And then she went on to say that some would say that the show is silently bashing black men. And then she asked the question, is it? And she's like, I haven't received any backlash, at least not yet, but there are certainly conversations. And then she went on to say, you know, our show is not about bashing black men at all. The focus is on black women and that they deserve to be loved unconditionally. But now, according to Twitter ain't talking about black men on the show. They're talking about Bravo and Miss Diane Valentine, and saying that they're taking black women to a whole other low level of playing into their insecurities and belief that they will be single forever if they don't take extreme matters, and you know, like traveling to Rome to find love because Italian men are supposed to be better than other men and more accepting of black women, and you know, saying that that's the only way that they're going to find a man, you know, who's going to love and appreciate them. So the premise of the show is that Diane Valentine and her 2 assistants, it's a black guy named Micah and a white woman named Cece, and they've rented this beautiful, you know, house in Rome for the 5 ladies that they've chosen to go on the show, and they're going to be there for 5 weeks, you know, in their search for love. And so just to get you acquainted with who the people are, I took the bios off of Bravo so we can kind of get to know who they are. So of course we have Diane Valentine, and they describe her as an intrepid traveler with connections all over the globe, and that she is the mastermind behind the Venus Effect, a matchmaking company for women looking to date internationally. And then we get into meeting the women who are on this journey. Then we have the 5 women that are on the show. So the first person that arrived at the house, her name was Gina Neely. And so Gina is 52 and a celebrity chef who spent 25 years in a challenging marriage trying to balance motherhood, career, and fame. And she's been out of the dating game for 2 decades. But after a very public divorce, she is ready to take a leap of faith and love. And I kind of remember that show. Don't know if I really watched it, but the title of the show sounded familiar. So it says that Gina is known for her Food Network show, Down Home with the Neelys, and she's written 3 books, Down Home with the Neelys, which made it to the New York Times bestseller list, The Neelys Celebration Cookbook, and Back Home with the Neelys. And then in 2009, she opened a barbecue restaurant called Neely's Barbecue Parlor, which brought her Southern style and flavor to New York City. And I seem like I remember a story on that restaurant because that sounds familiar. And then in 2013, she added another accomplishment with the launch of a branded line of cookware on QVC. And she currently lives in Atlanta with her 2 daughters. And then the next person to come in was Shay. So Shay is 38 years old and she's from Houston. And she says that she tends to fall in love too fast and settle for men that are not worthy of her. Isn't that so many of us? And she gravitates towards the bad guys, but is ready to break the cycle of bad relationships for herself and for her daughter, Ashley. And then we also learned that Shay is originally from Chicago, but she recently moved to Houston and she earned a degree in management marketing. And in 2010, after a very impressive win at Black Enterprise's elevator pitch competition, she launched her own business, My Creative Cuisine, a mobile and catering service. And she is currently the executive chef and owner of Celebrity Chef Shay Incorporated, and is dedicated to helping people and feeding them amazingly healthy gourmet meals that provide a life-changing taste experience. And on top of her business success, so we know Shay is here to promote herself because her bio was long. She focuses on her devotion to volunteering with United Negro College Fund, Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, and the Boss Network, a women's professional networking organization dedicated to highlighting, connecting, and empowering women to promote their businesses. So we will probably hear a lot from Shay about all the wonderful things that she's done in life. When Shay arrives at the house and realizes that Gina Neely is there, of course, she's like goo goo gaga all over the woman and lets her know that, she was her role model. She really looks up to her, and that she couldn't believe that her that her marriage ended, because she considered that relationship goals. And then you could also tell that Gina was a little irritated by the way Shay was fawning over her, and that she's there to find love, and she ain't there to be trying to impress nobody, and she definitely will not be in the kitchen cooking no food for them. So then we go over to the other three ladies. We have Mercedes Young, who's 25, and she is jaded by today's dating scene. Her father told her that most men are unfaithful, so he taught her how to play the game so that she wouldn't get played. And she believes that 85% of men cheat, which makes it difficult for her to dive in head first in her quest for love, but her strong faith in God gives her faith that she will meet Mr. Right one day. So although Mercedes is from Miami, Florida, she's lived in Los Angeles for the past 5 years. She graduated cum laude from the University of Florida, which is kind of impressive, where she majored in telecommunications and a specialization in management, a concentration in business, and a minor in theater. Currently, Mercedes is a successful entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and author of the children's book, Look at All the Things My Hair Can Do. Now, I hope you guys have noticed from these last two women that it's real common. I don't know if it's common for white women, but I know it's very common for black women to feel that their accomplishments is who they are. And so they go out and they get degrees and they join organizations and they just do all this stuff to add to their resume because they think their resume is a reflection of who they are. But then when people get to know them, they're not all that impressed. And so that was one thing that I noticed when I was reading these bios. So the next person we have is Nikita McGraw, and she's 37 from Bolingbrook, Illinois. She's a divorced mother whose inability to find love has taken a toll on her self-esteem, and she's looking for answers as to why she has been so unsuccessful with dating and is ready to get her groove back. Here we go again. Nikita holds an MBA in management from Concordia University. She is a lupus survivor, award-winning published author, and CEO who helps mothers and women with chronic illnesses secure financial freedom by opening Lanique Virtual Solutions, a boutique call center that allows women to work from home, answering customer service calls for top companies across the nation. Nikita resides in Naperville, Illinois with her 4 children, Natalia, Terrence Jr., Jerion, and Deshawn. Nikita and Shay, it turns out, actually know each other, and for some reason, I guess they know each other, but they're not friends because they said that they were going to be besties on the show. Now, I don't know if that means that after the show, they're going to go back their separate ways with their separate cliques and not talk to each other. But I think that that little combination there may add some drama later on in the season. And then finally, we have Ashley, who is 32 and from Covington, Louisiana. And Ashley is a small town girl who thought she had the perfect life with pro football, fiance, and cute kids. But infidelity shattered her dreams. She got snatched to soothe. Oh, I guess her body snatched. She was like, she got snatched. Was she kidnapped? So she got snatched to soothe her heartache and boost her confidence, but will her body makeover overshadow her inner qualities and make it hard to find love. So Ashley is certified in cosmetology, and she's also a medical assistant and has a degree in nursing. She is currently the owner of Ravish Boutique and is working alongside the mayor of Covington, Louisiana as an administrative assistant in the planning and zoning department. She has 2 children, Ashton 11 and Nyla 7. Now, the way Ashley differs from the other 4 women who were all about their credentials is that we find out that Ashley finds her identity in the fact that she was dating a pro football player. Her thing wasn't about her job or her, education or anything. It was just that I'm the fiance of a professional football player, and we see where they got her too. Okay, so the 2 assistants, like I said, are Micah and Cece. So Micah is a Cleveland, Ohio native, and he worked for Diane Valentine for the past 7 years, collaborating in the love and relationship space. And at the Venus Effect, he works diligently by Diane's side to help deserving women rewrite their love stories. With a strong male perspective and his larger-than-life personality, and D. Micah has a balance of humor and heart that shows clients what men really want. And Micah, who after college moved to Los Angeles to pursue his dream of breaking into the events industry, he is currently the owner and principal designer of D. Micah and Company, a full-service event production and design firm, and specializes in luxury events, invitations, and florals. He currently lives in Los Angeles, California, where he is an avid patron of the arts and enjoys spending time reading, cooking, and raising his 2 dogs, Bailey and Haley. So I guess they're twins. I don't know. I don't know why we needed to know all that information about him, but since I read it, I won't make y'all listen to it also. So then the other assistant is Cece. So her full name is Christine Counts, and she is the daughter of an American soldier and Italian woman. I don't know why that's relevant, but anyway, the military brat has lived and traveled all over the United States and Europe, even living in her mother's home of Sardinia, Italy. Cece has gathered years of creative influence from all of the beautiful places, people, cultures that she has experienced, which is why she is Diane's secret weapon when it comes to the right men for the women to meet. As Diane's right hand, she has a straight-to-the-point approach that gives clients a dose of reality, and with a background in production and events, including a stint with comedian and actor Steve Harvey. She assists in design, entertainment, and floral art production for the Venus Effect. So with all the introductions out of the way, let's get to the show. And I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of wavering on this show, whether or not I'm going to like it or not like it, but I am here to give it a chance. It was just so much that was popping at me in this first episode that's just going to be interesting to see where they go with it. But everyone seems to think that Ashley is the prettiest of all the women. So right there, we know that these women have self-esteem issues, because why are you sitting there judging who the prettiest? Like, why can't y'all all just be beautiful women? But no, they had to pick a prettiest. And then Mercedes thinks that she knows everything, but she only 25 years old. So how much can she really know? But she feels that she knows a lot about relationships and about love because her father, who is now deceased, had like 25 children from a whole bunch of women. And I'm thinking, obviously, stupid women. And if you 25, I can't remember if she was the oldest or the youngest or where she fit into it, but y'all know my theory is this. The first woman gets a pass. The second woman gets a pass. The third woman I'm giving the side eye to. And any woman after that is just stupid. Because if you got a man that's already got kids from 3 or 4 different women, what makes you think that you're going to be any different? Like, it don't get no better. It really, really don't get no better. At the beginning of the show, the women said that they were not loud and obnoxious and overbearing. They weren't the typical, stereotypical black women. But we soon find out that that was not the truth. That, they just as ratchet as the next one. Because we had Ashley, who was twerking down the road, and then they're flirting with all these men. Like, this first time they've been let out the house, they're yelling and screaming out down the street at people. One of them fell when they was walking down the street. I was just like, okay, what's going on? So I do like Diane, the counselor. I always like the people that's like over the show because I be trying to see their vision and where they're trying to go and how they chose the people that they chose. But she says that she sees Ashley, is trying too hard to find a man, and she thinks that Nikita is lacking self-confidence, which you got 5 women in Rome looking for a white man. That should tell you a lot about their confidence. And so Ashley, she pretty much, like any guy that she talked to, she was all over him. And then when they got back into the house after they had went out, and they were talking about her kissing this guy, and then she, they was like, that was just too much for somebody that you just met. And so she was like, well, I really don't even like kissing people on the first day. So they was like, so why did you kiss the guy? And then she said, well, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. And these guys, they know what they want. They're not wasting time. And I'm sitting there like, men are men no matter where they at. They're looking for some coochie. And if you're willing to get a coochie up easy, then they're going to take the coochie that much quicker. Like, girl, come on, be for real, but they lit into her and was like, you should never feel obligated to do anything with a man that you're not comfortable with and that you don't want to do. And, if he's a real man and he really liked you, like you just met this man, how can he like you when he don't know you? He would understand that you didn't want to kiss him. But I don't know. She had a whole different perspective, and then Nikita, she was really, really quiet, and Gina, is not feeling the young loud girl. She thinking like, why I got to deal with this stupidity right here? And so they were out at a restaurant, and then it was something happened where they were just, I don't know, they were just being stupid and towards the waiter and trying to speak in Italian and don't know Italian. It was just, then they was just flirting with, it was just, it wasn't a good look. But I guess, you have to bring it on the first episode to get people intrigued and watching the show. So on their way home, they passed a square where a couple was singing opera. And I think it was Shay, who went up and hugged the people. I guess she hadn't had too much to drink at dinner. But Gina loved it and said that it made up for her bad night. She really enjoyed the people singing, and I guess that was like a class thing that made her feel like, even though I'm with these ratchet people, I can still enjoy things that are more on my level that they may not understand. So I thought the most eventful part of the show was when they got back to the house and Nikita has a breakdown, talking about her divorce. And I think there was a couple, was she the one? I think she called home to check on the kids and the ex-husband hung up on her or something. So she basically, she's divorced and she still loves and still very much in love with her ex-husband, but he ain't thinking about her, ain't giving her the time of day. And she basically put all of herself into this marriage. She, so she was crying and saying how he took her best years. He she took everything that she had, and then she thought they were going to work out their issues, and then he turned around and made her get the divorce. And so she was a mess, and she was, just pouring out. And the other ladies, well, most of the women were like supportive and telling her, get it out, girl. It's a lot of pain. Cry about it. Talk about it. Don't hold on to that anger. But Ashley said she wasn't there for that. Like, she ain't got time to be seeing nobody crying over no good man. And so that they was like basically telling her that she was being insensitive and to let the woman have her release. And child, it was just a mess. That's all I can say. It was a mess. And so I'll give it another episode or two to see where it go. But this looks like it's a train wreck about to happen. And my greatest fear is that, I don't know if y'all familiar with Thomas Sotomayor, the guy that has made himself famous, talking about how ratchet black women are. And I just have this image of coming on YouTube and finding out that he done did a video or two about this show, and basically saying that this show proves his points about black women and the extremes that they'll go to find love. But anyway, we'll see where this go. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully these women won't embarrass themselves and embarrass the rest of us black women out here. So guys, if you watch the show, let me know what you thought about it. Leave your comments below, rate the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video on your social media platforms. And you can do all of that down below. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.